guys, this is Celine Moon Goddess Tarot here with another pick a card reading. It's going to be kind of quickie, okay? It's going to be basically, what is the purpose of this person that either you're dating, situationship, what's the purpose of them being in your life? Sometimes people are brought into our lives to sharpen us, to put us through the fire. Some people are brought into our lives as a blessing and that kind of fluffy white cloud of relief and love and acceptance. So let's see why this person was brought into your life, okay? This is going to be pile 1, this is going to be pile 2. This is the Infinite Doors Tarot, and this is the Rainbow Tarot. I'm also going to have a couple of message cards. Now, this deck is called Loving You Hurts, and I must say it has some spicy little messages, but it also has some really harsh truths in it too. So beware. I'm going to put timestamps in the description box, and I am open for personal readings. I'll put my email there too as well if you're interested to get some more information. I will see you at your reading. All right, pile 1. Welcome to your reading about the purpose of this person being your life. We're going to do 3 rows of cards, and usually what I find is the universe will put like the description of what kind of relationship it is or it was, and then maybe what's going on, and then also the last row can maybe discuss the purpose of it. Okay, so we're going to just get these cards out right now. What is the purpose of this person being in pile 1? This one wants to come out. Let's see what we got so far. We have the 8 of Swords. These are kind of, they look pale down here, but I'll bring them forward as we get them. Okay, so these are going to be the first 3. And then we have Chariot. And we have High Priestess. Goodness. Okay. I might not have room for the 3 rows here. Let's see if I can fit them. Another card, please, for pile 2's person. One card's great. All right, I'm just going to trust that and say that there isn't another card. So, I'm going to bring these down here. Okay, let's see what we got. Wow. So basically we're starting off with the 8 of Swords. And let's see, make it so that you can see this. There we go, that's a little better. It is a pale card, but basically there's swords around her. Her hair seems to have tied her hands, and she has a blindfold. And swords represent intellect, understanding, thoughts. One of the things that I've been studying recently is how our thoughts really cage us in our life. We're not really brought up or taught about our thoughts, really. We're taught not to have bad thoughts. We're taught to have good thoughts, be positive. Very superficial ideas about thoughts. We're never taught about how to be in control of our thoughts or dominate and say, I'm making a decision. I'm choosing not to think this way. I'm going to be thinking this way about this particular situation. And our brain is kind of not very smart in the sense that it will protect you. It will keep you thinking something, any scenario or, current belief system or belief about a relationship. It'll keep you stuck in there because it wants to protect you. Anything that's new is deemed as a threat. And sometimes in order to break chains, break those kind of like chains, speaking of chains, right? You have to break free from that and decide that I am not going to believe that about this situation. And I feel like this person perhaps did that for you, in that this maybe deep inside, I feel like you were stuck in your thoughts about relationships in general. Maybe choosing not to even think that having a deep relationship is possible. And I think that something happened where, this is the star. And it's funny, there's like two people here, and usually it's one person, but there's two people here, and one is pouring all of this star space business onto this other one. And it looks like a space lake or something like that. Anyway, I think that really the point of this card being here is that somebody came into your life like a wish fulfillment with a cup of love. We have the Knight of Swords here. They came in unexpectedly and have offered love. Like maybe they confessed feelings to you. They said, you know what, and you weren't open to it, but they came up and said, you know what, I think I'm interested in you. I think there's something here that we could have that is worth exploring. And then I think what happened was, here we have the Chariot and the High Priestess, and we have the Eight of Wands. So all of this combined, I can just say right out of the gate that this person was brought into your life to bring more passion and meaning in your life. And it's really asking you to be brave, and be brave about the choices that you make in your life. Be brave about love in general. I think that I shouldn't say we choose, because I think, we believe what we've been taught. And we believe, like, for example, if you've been in relationships where people treated you like shit, and they were never available for you, and they always ghosted you, your perception of love is going to be very skewed. It's going to be like, I believe that love is this, based on your experience, and not based on what actually love can be. And the Star card is this epiphany of imagining what love could actually really be. Can it be fulfilling? Can it be kind? Can it be gentle? Can it be accepting of you and everything that you are? Is there that kind of person on this planet? And I think that person, this Knight of Cups, came in, and with courage and with intuition. This person, really might be feeling that this is who you are really on the inside. You're really not this caged bird, right? On the inside, they probably saw who you were on the inside for who you really are. You are a brave person. You have intuition. You have connection to spirituality. You have questions about spirituality. You have bold questions about spirituality that you wish you could get answered somehow. And the High Priestess knows about the everything that's happening behind the veil, and everything that's happening here on the 3D plane simultaneously. And it's when you open yourself up to that possibility that there is that other realm that we just don't understand, that what we have in front of us is not reality. It doesn't mean that that's reality just because it's the box that you learned, right? Like somebody from another life path of living could have great relationships and have a good experience. They're going to say that love is a beautiful thing. And you will have two different, ideas on love just based on experience. That's how narrow our understanding of love is. It's so narrow. And so I think that this person kind of shook up your world in a way and really ignited passion. This is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all about passion. It's about a passionate force that is fast, came out of nowhere, took you by surprise. Suddenly you might have, this person might have evoked maybe some fear in you, maybe some like, whoa, like I wouldn't be surprised if you ghosted them. Like they offered you this little cup of love, but it scared the shit out of you. You might have an avoidant attachment where you do have love, mutual attraction to this person, but your experience has never been that love is accepting of who you are, that love will always be there for you. And your protective mechanism is protecting yourself and keeping yourself away from it. But this person cracked you open, and I think that it has been a very, very, poignant time in your life, right? Like, it's something that has really opened up your mind to really anything is possible. And that is, in fact, really the reality of it. Like, this is the Magician card, and they depict it by a snake there, but really there's a double-sided candle going through this hand that has that space kind of pattern behind it. And, the Magician is a fantastic card because it is the first card in tarot. The number 0 is the Fool. And it really talks about using all the tools in your life as a way to manifest your reality, your new reality. Like, if I know for me in my life, I have had moments in my life where I was tired. I was so tired of not being happy. I exhausted myself with my worries, with my thoughts, with my keeping myself based on what I thought other people wanted for me in my life, or what society wanted for me in my life. And I kept myself there, but I was so unhappy. I was so unhappy that I got to the point where it's like, for real? Like, is this really it? Like, I get to do this and then die. That's it, right? And it was through that, being sick of that I realized, I asked myself, or maybe the universe put it in my mind, like, does it have to be that way? Why can't I just make moves to start freeing myself from ideas, like study a little bit more about love or about what I want in my life, study myself, study my demons, and go inward to kind of figure things out. And maybe that's what you've done, and you've realized that you can have anything that you want, that it doesn't matter what other people say about your relationship or with this person. Oh, it came out of nowhere. Oh, you don't know the person very well. Oh, wow, they're really bold to think that they can just say anything to you. And what makes them, an expert on love or on you? They don't know you. They don't know who you are. All those negative thoughts that kind of keep you in the cycle of that hamster wheel of not inaction and not expanding yourself. And this can be the key to that door that opens, right? Perhaps that's exactly why this person was put in your life, to be that key for you that opens the door to a whole new, just thousands of possibilities of what you could have, of what your life could be from this point on, what your life could be. In your relationships and how you look at yourself, the relationship that you have with yourself, the relationship that you have with your professional life, with people in your life, your family. So there's so much opportunity to grow, all right? And, I would say that you should, really just take the ride. Like this Chariot, like take that opportunity and just explore it and see what happens. There's some people that live their life that way. Like, from the start, they've always you just take whatever chance comes to you because you never know what it's going to do. I've never been that courageous. It's only later in my life where I tend to try to do that more. But it is such a magical thing to realize that you could find, for example, a lover that accepts you 100%. And you could fuck up and have a bad day. Tell them the most embarrassing stories about yourself. Do whatever, and they're just gonna love you anyway and accept you for who you are because they love you, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm not talking about the fairy tale love that, society says, that one true love. I'm talking about more of like a member of your soul tribe, somebody who is in your life as part of the collective beings in your life, that you guys help each other on this journey and walk together and live this life out together and help each other along the way, love each other along the way. Having a relationship with that focus is a super powerful thing. So I'm going to leave you there with that, which is a lot. So I'm sorry that I'm leaving you with that. But this person, okay, let's talk about this Knight, and let's see what messages this Knight of Cups had for you. Now, it's a Knight, so it's not a King of Cups. This person isn't all-knowing in all kinds of ways, right? But they were brave enough and shrewd enough, because I love this, because I love octopuses. And there's like an octopus coming out of the hood of this person. And it's almost like, you know, when you think of octopuses, they are so smart. And they look like just the blob, but they, on the surface, look a little gross. Let's just say they're aliens, right? But they're so smart. They're able to open jars. They're motivated. They can squeeze into different things. They get into fights with little fishies. I saw this one video of on purpose, this octopus was throwing dirt at fishes that were bothering it, like on purpose, which I thought was hilarious. But so even though this isn't somebody you weren't expecting, and this might be rather new for you, you got to give this person credit for having the guts and the courage to come forward with their feelings, and keep in mind the spiritual purpose of what this connection is, and why it was so, why it knocked you off your feet, you know? Why was it so explosive that you were so kind of in your mind, and then suddenly the world is opened up for you now. Sorry. Okay, so like I said, these are kind of, some are spicy, some are really harsh, okay? So take this with a grain of salt. If it doesn't resonate, maybe this is not your pile. All right, what messages does this Knight of Cups have for pile 1? What messages? What messages does this person have for pile 1? Great Spirit. Oh, we flying out. Okay, we've got, let's start with these 4. Okay, so these are supposed to be messages from your person to you, pile 1, but we'll see. Maybe you might resonate. It could be going for you, like what you feel about this person. So the first one is, you triggered me. So this could be, you know, maybe because this person seems maybe beneath you. Maybe you have a professional life where you are a leader in some sorts, and this person is kind of lower on the, you know, level of coworkers you have or something. But whatever triggered, I think that what their meaning is that you somehow triggered them for them to come forward. Like I was saying, it takes a lot of balls to just come out there and lay your heart, you know, bring your cup of love to somebody and say, hey, I have a crush on you. And I think maybe there's something there that we could explore, okay? The next one is, I can't come to you. Wait, I can't come to you now. So maybe there is some kind of separation happening here. Maybe this person came forward and they pulled away right away. Maybe because you were in the 8 of Swords energy and they were like, oh, I fucked up. Maybe they might be embarrassed, you know? The next one is, you deserve better. So I'm wondering if maybe you pulled away from this person, or your sentiments about this Knight of Cups is coming through in these messages. Like, you feel this way. Like, you feel like you were triggered. You feel like you can't come see them right now. You feel like maybe they deserve better. And then the last one is, well, the next one, I'll do a couple more. Will you leave me like the others? Oh, that breaks my heart. Okay, now I kind of feel like this is you, pile 1. Or whoever the person is who's ghosted. That makes me so sad. My heart hurts when I think of this card. Will you leave me like the others? Because I'm getting chills too on my left side. It just makes me feel like this person does fucking care about you. Whoever ghosted cares about the other person, but they've been hurt. Just that, stuck in this idea of like, they have always been rejected, so they don't know anything outside of that. You know, if they did ghost you, how can you be mad at them if they don't know anything outside of what they're doing? They're protecting themselves. Like, I don't feel like this is a situation where someone's just pulling your leg and being an asshole. So, let's see. A couple more messages for pile 1, please. All right, we'll leave it with that. We got 4 more. So we have drama. So maybe there's drama going on in this person's life. Maybe the fact that they don't want drama. Maybe they think this connection will bring more drama on if they have drama going on in their life. If you have sparked an epiphany in their life, maybe they've made efforts to try to be honest with the people in their life, and shit just got real. Like, people freaked the fuck out, and now they have a lot that they're dealing with. I mean, it could be anything, right? This one says, the passion I feel is overwhelming, and I don't know how to handle this. And that falls under, I can't come to you now. So maybe this isn't some, issue of distance or, work taking them away from you or anything like that. But maybe it is about them or you. I keep saying them. It can go both ways. Just feeling overwhelmed, and they don't know how to do this, right? They only know that people leave them. And they've never had anybody come forward in an honest, genuine, almost childlike love offer. This one says, don't put up with my BS. So I think this is, and it falls right under you deserve better. I feel like they know that them pulling away has hurt you. And this ties into this, right? Like, they've been used to being treated like shit. People leave them. So why wouldn't they pretend or hide under the guise of being, courageous and say, you just leave me. Don't put up with my BS. That's like that self-fulfilling, sabotage is what that is. And the last card we have is, why is it that you love me? Ay, Dios mío. Okay, those are deep. This breaks my heart. Whoever you are, if this is pile 1's messages to the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Cups to pile 1, this person does not feel like they're good enough to be loved. And they feel like the passion and the acceptance that you've offered is unbelievable, to the extent that they're having a hard time breaking out of that cage of, will you leave me like the others? Oh, you deserve better. Don't put up with my BS. And why is it that you love me? Why wouldn't you love them? Why wouldn't you? Like, there's so much to be said here. And I feel like I should do a reading on, like, why is it that this person actually loves you? But I'm going to leave it there. This is very deep. I might have to do a part 2 to this business. But thank you so much for joining. And I will see you next time. Bye, pile 1. See, this is why there's timestamps, so you guys don't have to, like, fucking listen to this business. All right. All right. Pile 2. Hold on. Pile 2. Okay, this is pile 2's deck. The Rainbow Tarot. So I'm trying to do these as little quickies of why is the purpose of this person being in your life. And pile 1 was just heartbreaking. Like, my heart is still hurting thinking about that. But, love is a complicated thing. We do our best to figure things out, but I was mentioning in pile 1 that well, it might come out in this one. Well, let's just see, right? Let's just see. So, I don't read reversals, by the way, in case some of these... I haven't used this deck in quite a bit, so If they're not coming out right, I'm going to make them up right. All right, so pile 2. What is the purpose of pile 2's person being in their life? Purpose of pile 2's person being in their... That was my bad shuffling. Sorry. What is the purpose of this person being in pile 2's life? We have the Sun. We have the Six of Wands. Wow, those are good. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles. Strength. Let's get some more here. More about why pile 2's person was put in their life. We have the Page of Swords here. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. Okay, so I feel like these are reversed. So I'm going to read from the bottom up, which I usually go top down. So we have the Page of Swords here. And the Page of Swords is an energy that is... Can you see that? It's funny, these colors are funny. It is it's kind of like an immature idea of... Because swords are all about your intelligence, all right? So it's kind of like somebody who's sneaking around to find out information, somebody who is suspicious and having thoughts about... maybe what other people are thinking, a little bit, just kind of immature. Usually, hold on one second. My son's here, hold on. What?
Dad left.
Okay, sit here with me. Or you can watch TV in the bedroom.
Right here.
Okay.
Wait, actually.
Okay, sorry about that. So it's kind of like energy that is very, like this person or yourself could have been... Well, this person actually could have been spying on you, watching your social media, like having a crush on you and not telling you, not being honest with you because of whatever they're afraid of. Not knowing what the outcome would be, they'd rather just be in the back. Now this person, and then we go from the Page of Swords all the way to the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is like a teenager type energy where they're going in like a wrecking ball. Like they're going in hard and fast. Maybe not the best idea. Maybe something like they're not thinking ahead of that. And they came in quickly to offer their Ace of Pentacles. So maybe this person, maybe there is like an age difference. Maybe this person is much younger than you. Maybe you didn't, maybe this is the way that you viewed that person when they came to you. And I think it disrupted. It came unexpectedly. It makes me feel like that when I look at the Five of Swords, that it's kind of like a false start, someone coming into your life, kind of shaking things up and then leaving, or because the Five of Swords is about like, you see this person, they are picking up swords and they seem pretty chill, but in the background there's people mourning, and like it's like winning the battle but not the war. So I feel like it was disruptive to your thoughts, to your life, and when this person came in. But what this person really is coming in for is to bring more stability for you. You might know this person from work, but this person has all good things that they really want to offer you. They want to be, first of all, they love you. They think that you are amazing. You are a strong, powerful person. You might be somebody who works with them and are above them in leadership. They feel like that they could be very, very successful with you in their life. Like they feel like you guys would make a power couple, that you guys balance each other out. They feel like they would be proud to have you in their life. They would be proud to show you off. They would be proud to say that you're their person. They don't mean any harm by this rambunctious behavior. You know, maybe you're somebody who doesn't like surprises and they came in like a surprise. So yeah, it's pleasant in the afterthought of it, but at the moment that it happened, it really threw you for a loop and you're like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. But the intent of this person is to really be a mirror and reflect to you all of the great things that you are. Because they believe that about who you are. They believe that you are, you know, a wish fulfillment. You are the sun to not only them, but also to other people in your life. For you to see that you are like the Six of Wands. You're triumphant in so many ways, and you have the ability to be triumphant in things that you haven't even finished yet. And that you have the ability to show off the hard work that you've put into making yourself who you are. And that you've been so courageous. Tamed lions just to be able to have that peace in your life. Close the door. You can watch. Sorry, that's my son. Anyway, so let's see a little bit more about this. Tell me a little bit more. Okay. Yes, go back over there. Sorry. Being a mom and also being a tarot reader is sometimes they clash, you know? All right. Let's get a couple more cards for pile 2. Why is this person in pile 2's life, please? Queen of Cups. Okay. To bring about some emotional maturity, some emotional growth. The Queen of Cups is a beautiful queen. She's loving and caring and empathetic, and she's able to make decisions that are so right on point when it comes to not only the wisest decision, but the decision that brings the most fruitful emotional outcome for those involved. Okay? Tell me more about why is pile 2's person in their life? Pile 2's person. Why were they brought into their life? Why was pile 2's person brought into their life? All right, so to bring about also some spiritual growth, you're going to help. They're going to help you look within. You know, with the Four of Swords here, to look within your heart, to look within, and this reminds me of like taking a sabbatical or going to go meditate on a mountain. You know, putting to death thoughts that no longer serve you, and really looking up to new opportunities, new ways of thinking about things, changing your perspective and gaining inspiration at the same time, but doing it in solitude. Tell me more, why is pile 2's person in their life? Tell me more, why is pile 2's person in their life? Okay, we got 2 more. Okay, so we got the Ace of Cups. They want to offer their cup of love to you. You are, you personify what they've dreamed of in a connection, okay? They feel like you guys could, it's funny that this is not the Two of Cups, but what you did get, you got the Ace of Cups, and then you got the Lovers. So I think that you guys are some kind of spiritual counterparts. You know, I really am a big believer in us having like a spiritual family, spiritual tribe that we have in our lives that help us through life, right? You know, currently with our, you know, society says you get married and that wife or that husband or that partner is supposed to be that person, that everything for you. But I feel like that's not really realistic, and maybe that's why marriage doesn't last, because we all have different people that have filled different things for us in our life, you know. And when you cut that out, then you're really cutting new perspective out, you're cutting growth out, you're cutting new understanding and learning out. And this person feels like you guys have a higher connection, and that there's a higher purpose. And through the growth that they, first of all, what they see who you are, your potential, and through your spiritual growth and emotional maturity, or maturation, and them offering their Ace of Cups, they feel like together, like going back to that power couple, they feel like you guys could change the world, in the sense of like, and not in an immature way, but change the world around you, like the people that you interact with, the people that you are in your life, your family, your friends, your coworkers, people you've never met before. Maybe opening up a business together where you're encountering the public all the time. But there's some purpose that they feel like you guys have together, and they really believe in you. And I know that they took you by surprise, and I'm not sure if you've kind of pulled away, or maybe you've been ruminating over this in your mind, maybe going very slow with this person, because they have all these big feelings and dreams for you and them together. And I don't think that this person thinks that you're the only one that needs to change. I feel like they feel like through these big, because these are major arcana cards, the Sun, Strength, and the Lovers. Those are big. That's big movement. And so it's not just you that they think needs to improve. I think they think that you guys together are going to become a force to be reckoned with, to be honest. So let's see what messages your person has for you. Messages for pile 2, please. From pile 2's person. Now these are some of these cards are mixed. They're not all lovely roses and juicy messages. Some of them are really, really deep. I'll warn you, okay? All right, let's see. Messages from pile 2's person. Please, Spirit. Messages from pile 2's person. Okay. So we got, will this ever change? So this might be speaking to the patience that your person has had to have with you. Maybe you have kept them at bay, or you are, saying that, well, I'm open to this, but we have to take it super, super slow. So this is, and these purple cards tend to be more of like a passion. Like they might be holding back a lot of passion for you and really wanting, I sense some impatience behind this card, like wanting to just like, can't we get together, please? Like maybe you guys haven't been physical yet together, or maybe you guys haven't had enough conversation and they want to have longer conversations with you, conversations about deep things. So something is being held back here that they're feeling impatient about, and wanting change in that department, wanting you to be more open and more communicative and more open to this abstract idea about them being, you guys having this purpose together. How could you ever forgive the mess I've made? Interesting. I think sometimes your person feels insecure and guilty about the way that they came at you. Maybe they took you by surprise. Maybe they feel like that's the reason why you're taking such a slow time, because maybe they fucked up by bringing it up to you too quickly. Or you could have had a little spat, or where you just said, I can't talk to you anymore, because this is too much and I don't know where you're coming from and I don't trust you. But for some reason they're feeling some guilt about that. Maybe they feel like they just messed it up with you. However, your person says, I can't stop thinking about you. They are in love with you. Point blank. There's not much to explain about that card. This card says, I need to figure myself out. So this could be maybe your feelings creeping into this reading, pile 2, where you feel like you need to, think about some things. This reminds me of the 4 of Swords card, right? Get deep. Maybe they're second guessing, that maybe they need to grow more, become more mature to come back around to you. Maybe that could be a conversation that was had. So tell me more. A couple more messages for pile two's person, please. Okay. I can't take it anymore. This feels like sexual tension to me. So this connection feels hot and cold. It feels like 1 minute there's guilt and insecurity, and the next minute there's like, oh, but fuck, man, I'm so attracted to this person. I can't stop thinking about them. Will this pain ever stop? So that's that longing, that like staying up at night, being sad, longing and wishing for that person to be by your side. It's like that. It's not limerence. It's like, being able to, or finding yourself just being a little obsessive about the attraction. What would it be like to hug them? I wonder how they smell. Or I miss the way they smell. I miss their arms around me. Like that kind of feeling. And then it says, please do what's best for your heart. And then I want out. I told you these cards come out of left field. So I feel like this is the disorganized pattern that's happening here in this connection, where there is a lot of hot and cold. So, but the foundation of what this person, and you guys might mirror each other, but the foundation of the purpose for your person being in your life is to really help you to understand that you deserve absolutely what is best. And they do want the best for you, They do want the best for you. That's what all of this is about. They just also feel like they want to be a part of that and feel like they can help you in that. That you both will help each other. It's not just one-sided. And I want out is just really like a runner card. So I'm not sure. It's kind of like a wild card for me. I think, this could be a random thought. Going back to, will this ever change? Like sometimes you can get at your wit's end and be like, fuck, man, why does this have to be so difficult? Why can't it be just straightforward, very black and white? Why does it have to be so tumultuous? And when you're dealing with your emotions, you're dealing with another person's whole psyche and emotions and yours, ideas that you haven't broken out of, perspectives on love that you still keep yourself caged in, insecurities, all of that. It can be a lot, but the bottom line is that this person is here to do nothing but good, to be a positive influence in your life. They hold a lot of love for you in their heart, and they hold a lot of passion for you. And if these sentiments are kind of getting leaked out about like how you're feeling, like you want out, and I need to figure myself out. Maybe there's something you're trying to protect yourself from, maybe your experiences from before. Maybe you had people that came in the same area, but then left and just took from you. And you're afraid of being taken advantage of again. But this person doesn't have that desire at all. So I'm going to leave that there because I can go on and on. Thank you so much for joining me. Please email me if you're interested in a personal reading. And thank you again for coming around. Bye, Pile 2.